You watch all these people walk in. Several of them have bruises. Some of them... Zog has just this gnarly gash across the side of his face. Some torn clothes. Bloom looks totally fine.
I thought you guys were just gonna go get...
The slavers are dead.
Trinket.
Yeah, look, I found it.
Sweet!
Avery says,
Avery.
I was punched by a hooker.
Alright, Zog, I think when we go in there, just give us a few minutes to let us look around and maybe scout the people out, and then you can start your bar fight if you'd like.
So you enter the pub, and inside it's just concentration of everything you've seen outside, but now in a much smaller space. Most of it is like standing room only, as people are just walking back and forth, chugging down ales and various spirits. People are sitting at tables, though they're crammed. You see whores like leaning over with their bosoms just like spilling out of their bodices with just like crazy makeup and hairdos. You see the chandelier swinging in the house, just vibrating as some people in the corner are muttering like a shanty drinking song and stomping the floor. You see a card game going on, and some guy stands up, his chair topples over, and he draws a knife, and you see the other guy on the opposite side of the table just jump up and tackle the guy down. You see the knife descend and disappear into the guy's back as he screams out in pain. And you see serving girls walking around, not able to get 5 feet without being groped. But you walk in there, some of the people look over at you. Most people don't pay any notice. You see, like, right at the foot of this place is some dude who's passed out in a very awkward position, his arm twisted. And some people are just, like, spitting on him and pouring drinks on him. And there is a catwalk up above the place. You believe that it's a brothel up there as well. There are lots of doors that are open. You see more whores, like, up over the side, like, just leaning down and calling to other potential customers down on the main floor. You see some guy, like, hanging from the balcony. Oh, you have no idea how he got up there, and he just falls and smashes onto a table. Welcome to the Sea Maiden pub.
Roughly, like, how many people are in this tavern?
Over 100.
Malcius is like, these are my people.
Malcius, you look down and you see your right foot is in a puddle of vomit on the ground.
I will surreptitiously flick it off to the side.
Dog's gonna try and find Merrik.
Make a perception check.
God, I rolled a natural one.
As you're kind of looking around, you make eye contact with a shorter man with a large beard that's braided very intricately, that's pointed. He has copper skin as well. He looks the same race as Merrik. And as you make eye contact with him, you kind of falter for a second. You think that it might be the same guy. And he just kind of looks at you. And then you, like, look at him. And he looks at you. And you look at him. And he immediately just stands up and starts walking over towards you. And he says, "You got some kind of a problem."
Yeah, is your name Merrik?
"Who's asking?"
Me, Zog.
"And who are you?" "Zog." And he just, like, puts a finger right into your
Zog
chest.
the Orc.
Zog is in Edward form right now because of seeming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you still say Zog.
He's like, what kind of pirate name is that?
Zog the Orc, you're just some dude. I might have to carve open your inside to spill your guts on the ground.
Oh, you think you would be able to do that?
He pulls out a knife. "Why don't we find out together?" And he just right at you. Okay, go ahead and make an initiative check.
It's a 15 initiative.
15. Okay, 8. And he goes to stab, but you're going first.
Bah!
Punch him right in the
Right
face.
across the face. Yeah.
Boom!
22.
Oh, damn.
And I'm gonna stun that bitch.
Yes! Okay. So he pulls out his knife, he goes to stab. With one hand, you just grab his wrist, and you just wrench it to the side, and he goes, "Ah!" And he looks at you, and you just, boom! Just smash him right across the face. The knife goes flying, he staggers back, hits the ground, and immediately just like, starts to stroke out. With blood just pouring out of his nose. And you see the other people at the same table where he was go, "What the shit?" And they stand up. One of them just like throws the table to the side and they all go running at you. So, I need everyone to roll initiative. Okay, so the way this Tavern Brawl is going to work, you're going to have your turn like normal. But at any point during the round, you can use a legendary action to do something small. Like to try to push somebody over, grapple somebody, tackle, throw a chair, crack a pool cue into a
Stick your
weapon.
leg out.
Yeah, something thematic.
Cool.
All right. Up at the top. As chaos descends, one guy overturns the table, 2 other guys stand up, and one of them is particularly fast. Long-legged, tall, bald, huge hoop earrings that are wrought from gold, septum piercing going like all the way through, almost like tribal looking. But he sprints at you, pulling out a knife, and he's gonna run at you and try to slash you across the face. 21. You're looking at the dude on the ground, and you kind of look up at the friends who are running at you. You're like, all right, you put up your dukes. And the guy, he goes low, somehow, incredibly, brings up his knife and slashes up, and he just catches you right across the cheek. Ow!
Oh.
Ow! 4 points of slashing damage, opening you up from jaw to ear. You watch as Zog's ear like petals open into 2 halves. Bloom's turn now.
She is going full tree mode.
Full tree mode?
Yeah.
Yes!
Full tree mode.
Okay, she's gonna use your action to just turn into a freaking tree. Limbs just start flailing around. Some drunk guy's like walking up to see if he can get some action. He's like, not today! Turns around and starts walking away. Zog, you're up.
Okay.
This very lean, tall, Konorathian looking man is up in your face. Just slashed you.
Shouldn't have done that.
And Dog's gonna rage and then just try and haymaker this guy.
Nice!
22 to hit.
Boom!
I'm gonna try and stun him.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So he slashes you, you sit back and you're like, boom! Just clock him right in the jaw. You hear his entire jaw just recede back into his face as he now has like an awful overbite, and he just falls to the ground right on top of his friend.
Then I'm
And-
gonna kick him while he's down.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, minimum 7 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, he's out.
Zog, like, he takes 3 steps back, 2 steps to the right, and then does like a punter's kick him in the head.
Oh jeez.
Like lining up.
Boom! Okay. As you kick this guy in the head so hard, like in slow motion, you would see his neck just go elastic and like rebound upon his shoulders like a bungee cord. One of his friends catches up to you, Zog, and he's going to grab a chair and bring it down over your head.
Okay.
Natural 20. It's an improvised weapon though, so it's only a D4. But in your moment, Zog, of like lining up the shot, you're not really watching your back because you don't really care. You smash him super hard and you're about to laugh, and then boom! This chair goes right across the back of your head and wood just splinters across the place. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes across your back. After that, Kit, a bottle flies towards you. Does a 15 hit you?
Miss.
Okay, you're looking at Zog and you hear this, and you duck and a bottle shatters right against the wall. From just, you have no idea who threw it, and as you look up, now it's starting to get rumbling. People are starting to get up and participate in this. No one knows who the aggressor is. People are just hucking crap.
Perfect.
Malcius is up.
Malcius is gonna look for somebody who's about his height,
Okay.
and he's gonna go and he's gonna turn his cloak around and he's gonna look just like him, and he's gonna try and mimic everything that he's doing. So if he's throwing a punch,
Wow.
he's like mirroring him, and
Okay.
he's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay, awesome. I love it. Go ahead and make a performance check for Malcius.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 19.
Okay, I'm sure he'll be fine. 32? Alright. You watch as Malcius just says, well, excuse me for a moment, and he runs up to just some random guy who's like getting up out of his chair, hitting a bottle, getting ready to throw it. Malcius goes right up next to him, and as the guy goes to cock back, Malcius just goes, and the guy, Malcius like looks over at him, goes like, what the fuck? And he goes to throw it. Malcius goes to throw his imaginary bottle, catches the other guys, and then just for a second he winks at him and just hucks it right back into his face. And then he's gonna go mirror somebody else. I love it. All right, Danny. Some guy runs over to you. You see he's got this really like pervy look on his face. Maybe he's gonna try to take advantage of the situation. He's coming towards you with salad fingers. And he's like, hi there, Missy. Why don't you come upstairs with me? And he's gonna try to grapple.
Oh crap!
An acrobatics or an athletics check. So he goes to grab you. He's pretty drunk. You see like he's completely bald on top, but he's got like a long, nasty halo of hair that's like unkempt and unbrushed. It just kind of falls across his shoulders. He's got a big gold tooth in the front of his mouth. and his nose looks like it's been broken repeatedly, and it's super crooked. One of his eyes is a little droopy, like he had a stroke a few years back. And he goes to lay his hands on your shoulders, and you just grab both of his wrists, and just as you bring his wrist up and around, and you feel his shoulders like starting to creak and give way.
Do I see this creep with Danny?
Yeah, for sure.
Having had a bottle thrown at my head, I'm gonna pick up a bottle and throw it at that creep.
Just make a check.
Natural 20.
Hey!
Roll damage, and it's an improvised weapon, so a d4 plus your strength. When I did that, I literally
I was about to
like,
say, did Danny hurt your shoulder?
Danny, you hurt my shoulder from Washington.
6.
Ooh. You have a 0 strength?
I have 0 strength.
Nice. So Danny, you got this guy's wrist, and he's just like, you see the panic come into his mind, like, oh shit, I messed with the wrong lady. And then this explosion of glass hits him right in the side of the head, and he drops like a sack of potatoes. You're up.
Oh, okay, well that
Yep.
works.
Yeah.
Where is Merrik in relation to Kit?
Merrik is about 30 feet away from you, against the wall, at a table with his friends, though they've stood up, and it looks like they're in their own little squabble over there. You see some guy swinging what looks to be like a fishing spear. You see Merrik like ducking and like screaming out to one of his peers, who comes over with his own like chair, I guess, and just takes out the guy with the fishing spear.
Cool. Kit is going to get within like 10-15 feet of Merrik,
Okay?
and as he's walking over, he's just gonna touch himself on the chest.
Oh.
I don't know, that's
Go
weird.
weird. Touch himself.
Classic Kit.
Classic Kid, just friggin' whipping it out.
Great, now I'm the creep.
Yep.
Danny throws a bottle at Kit as he's touching himself.
Stop!
Legendary action. Well spent.
He will cast Foresight on himself as he touches himself.
Oh my gosh! You're gonna cast a 9th level spell?
Yeah, sure am!
Alright. You walk up and you're just like, alright.
I can see the future.
Post not clarity! Son of a bitch. I can't! Alright. Woo! Okay. Alright. Alright. The third guy that belonged to the group is going to get up behind you. He's wearing a shirt that's far too small for him, and he's really short, squat, and very large. He's got like a big round belly, full of scars. He pulls out this really long, curved scimitar. And he's gonna waddle around and try to slash you across the backs of the legs. 14.
Miss. I'm using my reaction. Zog will do like a 180 and grab the guy who hit me with the chair and just
And just throw him into the dude's sword. Yes! The fat dude waddles around, slashes. You pirouette, grab the guy who had the chair and throw him, and his slash goes across the chair thrower's collarbones. And hits the ground, and you just see like this curtain of blood just flowing down his chest. And he goes, and he gets up and like starts to stagger, and you see him just pass out from blood loss.
That's not my fault. It was he was not lethal. Oh, can I use my
Oh, man.
legendary action?
Yeah, you can now.
I would like to heave a big table
Okay.
and put it on top of another table.
Okay, awesome. The closest table to you, there's a dude up on top of it, like kicking mugs into people's faces. You just grab that table, topple that guy off, and smash it on top of another table. I'm so excited to see what happens. Danny, you're up.
Danny is just going to do a twinned haste on herself and Zog.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Okay, so Zog, as you stack the tables, you all of a sudden go, whoa, get super wired. And you see Danny looking over at you and wink at you. Kit.
Yes.
Some guy runs over to you, big burly black-skinned dude with like short cropped hair that's parted into little bunches that speckle the top of his hair.
Uh-huh.
He's got like golden flecked eyes. He's got huge gold bands around his biceps. And you see in one hand he's got what looks like a boarding axe. Like a really just rusted, thick piece of metal. And he just runs over at you. He says, "Today's your last day." And he goes to just smash you in the face with it.
He has
But-
disadvantage. Because I have foresight.
7. He goes to hit you, you move, and his axe sinks inside the wall, and he looks over at you and goes, starts to try to pull it out of the wall.
Malcius is going to viciously mock him, but in Kit's voice. You're a loser.
He goes, and he looks at you, and you see that he's got a nosebleed for some reason. Avery, meanwhile, is like inspecting the wall. He's inspecting the wall, and he goes, there's wallpaper in here. Who brought the wall? What? It's like a bottle shatters against the wall. It's like he looks around and he sees that Bloom has gone full tree. And Zog, you're piling tables up. And he sees that you are being accosted by this big dude, and he goes, all right, and he's just going to run, and he's going to say, Channel Zog, and he's going to go for a double-footed kick right into the guy's spine, just right at him. The guy now stumbles, he hits the ground, and he's looking around now. Avery's also on the ground, and he gets up, and he's going to grab you, Kit, for his legendary action. Oh, shit! And he's going to pick you up and say, go with it. You jump, and he picks you up, and he's just going to slam you right down as hard as he can. What? He's good at gymnastics. You're his fly girl. And you land. Yeah. And you just smash this guy. All the wind goes out of it. Bloom's turn.
Bloom has wanted to do this for so long.
Yes.
I think she's picking people up and just...
Just tree bearding people?
Yes.
Awesome.
Just shucking them.
Alright. So you see the... And you hear... As she grabs some guy by the ankle, and he like falls on the ground, and she grabs him and just frisbees him across the wall. And you see him go flying, tomahawking through the air. The guy hits the table, sweeps all of the tankards off in like this gale of ale, smashes in the wall and falls behind you. Zog, you're up.
Okay. Zog's gonna climb the top of his 2 tables. And he's gonna look around. Okay, where's Merrik?
He's right here!
Zog zeroes in. He's gonna do his absolute best to fucking just jump at him and tackle him
From 30 feet away. You're gonna just nacho his right. Yes! Just a big missile. Yes! Make an athletics check.
25.
25. Alright. You kick off the table with such force. You see a guy who was standing up behind Zog's table, going to grab Zog's ankle, and Zog kicks off so hard that the table that he's on slides across the one underneath, hits the guy right in the jaw, and he just and falls on the ground. And you watch Zog as an eagle sound alights through the tavern. You sail through the air, and Merrik, who's like just barely curb stomped the guy who had the fishing spear, looks up. Sees this just massive smiling white dude sailing through the air. So this is going to be athletics.
A natural 20 for 30.
You see Merrik look up, his eyes go wide, and then just disappear in the crowd. You see one of his friends go, holy shit. And just start laughing and watching Merrik.
I have a hasted action, don't I?
Yes, you did.
He was just curb stomping someone else. I was gonna curb stop him.
Awesome.
Natural 20.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
dude.
my gosh, that is so many natural 20s tonight.
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, he's unconscious.
He's.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to non-lethal him.
Oh,
I want
you're
to
killing
lethal
him.
Yeah, he's just like.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he hits the ground, you're on top of him, and he's like... And he looks up at you and you're just like, goodbye. Boom! And the pirate, his buddy that was like laughing at this goes, oh, fuck. It just runs away. That one guy just takes off. Any legendary actions?
So Malcius, when Bloom is throwing people,
Uh-huh.
he's going to levitate one of the people,
Okay.
but he's going to like drop them down on people's heads every once in a while, and then pick them back up, and then drop them on somebody's head, and then pick them back up.
Alright, so as Bloom grabs another guy and throws him in an upwards arc, Malcius just levitates him, and the guy just keeps going in that trajectory. Boom! Shattering against the banisters. Hitting it so hard the banisters crack and cave in, and he kind of rebounds, goes towards the ceiling, and then Malcius just brings him straight down on top of some guys and then bounces it back up again. Now you've got a bouncing pirate in this place. I love it. Danny, you feel a sharp pain in your back. You take 13 points of piercing damage. Ooh. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
18 succeeds. But you do take half of this. Another 7 points of poison damage. And you turn around to see a very peculiar figure has just buried a knife right into your kidney. Very small, about 4 feet tall, hood up, obscuring the top of the eyes. Instead, you see a bestial snout with whiskers. You turn around and it looks up and you see glaring rodent-like eyes underneath the hood, as it looks completely surprised that one strike did not immediately kill you. And it pulls the dagger out from your side, gives like this really nervous half squeak, half cry of surprise, and tries to run away from you. So you can make an attack of opportunity if you want.
17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. So you do slash across its back as it turns to flee. You feel it connect with flesh, and as you draw this blade back, the creature shudders with pain and squeals, but continues to move and tries to lose herself in the crowd. Who is up next? I believe it's you, Kit.
To me?
Yep.
Okay. Kit will stand up.
Off the big dude?
Yep.
Okay.
Does he have eyes on both of the 2 remaining slavers?
One of them has crossed the distance running away and is trying to leave, so he's like within 5 to 10 feet of you. As he's like pushing past people, trying to survive the bottles being thrown, the punches. The other one is still 30 feet away from you at the table.
Kit will, as he notices the one trying to leave, Kit will just call out. He's going to try to lower his voice. Flavor! And then he's going to cast Blight on the fucker.
Oh!
Flavor.
Yeah, 34 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
She's
shit.
good.
As he pushes his way past Danny, almost gets to the door, you raise your hand and you see go, "Ugh!" And as he falls, you see all of his skin blacken and wither as he just desiccates and dries out. His eyes recede back into his skull, and he just falls to the ground, this mildewed, rotted, blighted corpse. And you see one guy who was like 5 feet away from you go, "Oh shit! Oh, okay, all right,
Panic.
I've had enough." And he just like wanders over to the wall, sits down, pulls out a hanky and starts to wave a white flag.
Kit will ask him, "Are you a slaver?"
No. No! Why, was he?
Do I believe him?
Making it
23.
He's probably had some shady dealings, yeah.
I'll just make eye contact with him as I grab my cloak, swirl it around, and I'm going to turn into my Dart Fox. And then with my movement, I'm going to book it over towards the last remaining slaver that's on
Okay.
with.
Anyone have a legendary action first that they want to perform?
Oh,
go
Danny,
ahead,
throw a chair or bottle at the guy who stabbed her.
Absolutely. You look around, you find a bottle, and you just whip it at the person.
Whoa, natural 20!
Oh my gosh! This person is very small. Again, they're like 4 feet tall, and they're dodging in between people, lightning quick. And at one point, however, just by sheer happenstance, the creature gets up on a table to leap over some people, and in midair, you connect right with the side of its head. The bottle shatters, and the creature just topples to the ground, squealing again in pain. Solid connection. All right, the pirates that were at the table that just watched you murder Merrik are going to try to dogpile you, Zod.
Okay.
One of them is going to just jump on you, try to tackle you. An athletics check, natural 20.
Oh yeah?
You
Oh yeah?
easily beat it, yeah.
25 total.
Yeah, you still beat him. He goes to jump on you. You just stiff arm him, grab him by the tunic, slam him on the ground behind you. Another guy runs over, slides on his knees, and is going to try to bury what looks like a poker from the fire into your chest.
Okay.
I rolled 2 6s. You roll, hits the stone floor, sparks fly out.
As he does that,
Yes.
as my Dart Fox comes in, can I just try to knock that guy prone?
Yes. Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
9.
Zog, you roll, you see the poker hit the ground, and you hear a whoop! As Kitten Fox form, huge fox, leaps. The guy turns around, his eyes go big, and he raises his hand just in time. Your jaws sink on his forearm, but he manages to stabilize himself with his other arm, doesn't go prone. He does drop the poker, and he's going, "What the shit is going on?" And he's like trying to fight you off and grab his poker, and Zog, you're just looking on the ground like watching him.
Hello, Kit.
One more guy seizes some kind of ornamental piece off of the hearth, a rope with a pulley on the end, and he's like, he's gonna try to just smash you with it. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So this one does connect with you right in the belly, just right above the manhood. Yeah, it doesn't hurt like at all. It's like a Tuesday for Zog. Danny, you are now officially up.
Since Danny is also hasted, She is just going to take off after the assassin. If Malceus is nearby,
Yeah.
she'll yell at Malceus to follow her.
Malceus does zone in on the creature. They get up and start to like limp away, trying to get to what looks to be a door behind the bar, like they're trying to sneak out of the back exit.
Okay.
Legendary action.
He's going to dimension door to right in front of where he's running. So he like runs into him.
Malceus sees the figure as they get up off the ground, start to lean, and he just looks at Dan and says, I got him. Disappears, reappears right in front of the creature, who bounces off Malceus' chest, and he goes, not today, and he's
There's
knocked
just
off.
one guy in the back with the flute.
Danny, you said that you're going to try to chase this figure too?
Yeah, I'll use my hasted action to dash. She's going to use her bonus action, and she's just going to quicken Mind Sliver.
They're looking at Malceus, you run up behind them, you send a splinter of psychic energy right into their head from the back. It squeals out in pain again, and it turns and looks at you, Danny. You see that this creature is, in all respects, what looks to be a humanoid rat. Long yellow teeth on the top and the bottom, like deep set yellowish eyes, pale pink snout, gray fur, and it does seem to have slightly more feminine features.
Alright, and then with Danny's action, she's just going to take her rapier and just like try and stab him in the leg, like non-lethal. And as her last thing, she'll just say to Malceus, this thing tried to assassinate me.
Okay.
Take him alive if you can.
And at that, after you slash into her, the creature says,
No, please, spare me. It's not my fault. A contract. I'll leave you alone and now you'll never see me again. Just let me live.
she's like cowering in front of you, like her hands trying to cover her face, like getting prostrate in front of you. And you see it drop the dagger down on the ground. The dagger looks very nice, apart from her garb, which is like old and ratted, no pun intended. She looks like she's been living in a sewer. She smells awful. Her clothes are all tattered and stained.
Okay, that's the end of Danny's turn.
Okay, awesome. We're going to go to Avery.
Yeah.
As Avery watches you run past, he turns around and he sees one of the whores coming up to him and he says, oh, hello, my dear. And she just goes to try to sock him right across the face. Oh! 19 on 19 on the die! Boom! Oh! 1 point of damage. He goes, oh! I guess I've learned not to judge a book by its cover. Alright, I'm very confused. What do I do? Bloom, can you take care of this one, please? And the tree turns and looks at the whore and goes, ugh. And she screams and begins to try to run away, and the tree just starts moving towards her. Yeah, like throwing tables and people. And Avery says, oh, thank you. And he's going to look around. This is an amazing amount of fun. And he's going to look up at the banisters. And there's like one guy who's like looking over and he's just gonna like take a bottle and see if he can just take a pot shot at the guy. The bottle hits him square in the face and the guy falls off the banister, falling onto a table, the legs get out under it and just flattens it. And then immediately he's dogpiled by a bunch of people. He dusts off his hands and then he's just gonna walk over to you guys, say, hey, is everything alright over here? And as he's walking, someone's going to try to hit him in the back with a chair. Oh, that one misses. Awesome. He's walking over, his foot hits a bottle, it goes out from under him and the chair goes whoosh, or right over his head. Bloom. Is it okay if Bloom takes on the hooker?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Natural 20.
What is going on? She almost gets out as the tree just wraps a branch around her and you hear the hooker go, ah! She's just tossed across the floor and lands in the arms of some pirate who's like under her trying to catch her. Lands in his arms and he says, alright, you owe me one, and just starts just walking away. Christmas came early. Zog, you're up.
Alright. Zog's gonna stand up, and the guy who just hit him with the pulley, Zog's gonna do a sick wrestling move. He's gonna pick him up and then try and break him over his knee.
So go ahead and make an athletics check to grab him.
24.
Yeah, that gets him. You get up and just start stalking towards him with your just maniac of a grin. He tries to swing it around. You reach your arm up, it wraps around your arm, you pull him towards you, and as he's off balance, you grab him and just You just pick him up like Tarzan, and you're just gonna break him over your thigh?
Yeah.
Alright. It's technically an unarmed attack, so yeah, just make an unarmed attack. You're holding him, so I'll give you advantage on it. That's fine.
Natural 20. That's 19 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna allow you to do non-lethal on that. As you just freaking Batman Bane this dude on your knee, you, with your heightened senses, hear this just abysmally profound snap. Like a huge tree limb was just broken in half. And the guy just falls to the ground for a split second, like writhing in pain, his back in this awful angle, and then just goes still.
Zog, with his hasted action, is just gonna come and help pin the guy down.
Okay, between the giant dire fox and the giant orc man, you just bring this guy on the ground and you can put a foot on his chest, and he's just like, please, I don't want to die. I'm sorry. You killed Merrik, and I just, bro code.
Merrik is a bad man.
Yes.
And I think that makes you a bad man by association.
I'm not a bad man. I pay my taxes.
Well,
Under slave trading.
Right.
we'll let him decide what to do.
That's right.
As you just get up on his chest and growl at him.
Yeah.
He goes,
Half his
and you immediately smell urine. It's the guy who went. Malseus's turn. So Malseus has sandwiched the rat person between himself and Danny.
He's gonna grab him on the shoulder, and he's gonna say what contract, and he's gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Ooh. For the sake of this, go ahead and just make an insight check at advantage to try to garner, because surface thoughts are generally emotion-based.
Right.
But see if he can perceive emotion enough to give him some kind of
Natural
order
20!
vision. Malseus sees a slight vision as the thoughts of the assassin are imprinted on his mind, and he sees a grinning, completely bald, pale-skinned man with too many teeth.
Just go after Merrik. Side quest. We'll get to the ship later. We need to
Yeah, I
find
know, I
out.
love it. We need this halfling charm.
What was your biggest accomplishment in your
These
campaign?
guys are selling. Yeah.
Got the charm!
These guys are selling slaves. Fuck those guys. We're gonna kill every last one of them. Danny, someone's going to try to punch you from behind. It's just a free shot. That misses. So in your hyper-aware state, you hear like this, and you turn around and some guy's just going to just slap you. And you duck, and it goes wide with such force that he loses balance and falls to the ground. He's drunk. Kit, you are up.
I'm
You
up.
have this guy.
I'm on this guy's chest.
Yep, growling into his face. Drool just like leaking down, hackles raised.
Kit will step off of him in unwild shape, and he will say, "Who runs the slave trade?"
No one runs it, it's just a trade. Take prisoners and sell them. Lots of people do it. All the cool kids are doing it. He says, pirates, if they think they'll be valuable, they take them back to sell. I've just gone along with it.
Are you going to continue to go along with it?
No, of course not. Not after what you did to them, who definitely deserved what they got. But no, not going to do anything ever again. Going to be an honest sailor. I've always wanted to be a fisherman. I am okay with that.
This NPC down the line is gonna be the wise fisherman. Yeah. Past. Trust me, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but he's just cowering, trying not to start screaming or crying at this point.
Kit will say, "Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go unconscious for a while. When you wake up, you're going to rethink your life. If you ever deal in flesh again, I will find you." And I'll guess dissonant whispers. I'm going to try and make it non-lethal and just knock him out.
Sure,
Just make
I'd
it
allow that.
conscious.
It's whispers.
Cool.
His head just explodes. Damn it! I whispered too hard.
Well, I tried. 8.
Okay, that gets him.
Okay, cool.
Can I use the legendary action?
Yes.
Zog's getting a rifle through his bag to pull out his decanter of endless water.
Okay.
And start blasting!
Are you using the geyser?
Yeah.
Yes! The riot police have showed up!
Is there like an owner somewhere in all of this?
You don't know.
He might be dead.
The guy's like, guys, come on! I just put up new wallpaper! paper. It's actually perfect because you see some guy trying to take the opportunity, seeing you guys more like relaxed and focused on this dude. Some guy starts running up to Yuzog with a busted bottle, and you just turn to he just gets blasted back into his friend, hits the ground, you just keep on blasting. He keeps sliding, and then you see Bloom just grab him and chuck him into it. Danny, you're up.
Danny is going past dominate person.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
3.
She's just gonna question him. Do you want to just move on to the next
Sure.
round of combat? Or...
Okay, so you got her dominated. That's it
And
for
then she
Danny.
goes, oh shit, sorry Zog.
Oh yeah, because concentration.
Oh yeah, okay. You are stunned.
The water's still going.
Can legendary action get kind of help, like grab it and steer?
Sure. You see Zog go, oh, and you know exactly what's happening. Somewhere, somehow, Danny just lost concentration.
Yeah.
Zog goes to fall over, and you just hold him up.
Yeah, I'm just holding him up.
That's all. No, your arm just starts to do like a
Together, big guy.
Yeah. And then Avery just joins you guys. He's like, what's going on? As you just start spraying, he goes, what's...
Grab his arm! Grab his arm!
Grab your arm. Grab the stupid thing out of it and go, what's wrong with him?
He'll be fine. Shoot people with that.
You got it! He's just gonna start walking through like a fireman. Anyone who comes too close, he just sprays. Okay, Bloom's gonna keep doing what Bloom does.
Can she grab a chandelier and just start...
Yes, she can. See just like molten wax going everywhere. His candles are getting flung against the walls, shattering. She just brings it down. She's going way above and beyond here. So it goes like, ah! She just gets flattened.
Well, we gotta search Merrick's body for the...
Okay, alright. People are starting to leave you alone. You just got bodies all around you. Avery's cleared a path. Bloom has cleared a path. People are just starting to get out at this point. They don't know what the freak's going on. Merrick's body's just on the ground right next to you.
Doc's gonna looking for a little charm.
Alright, cool. You start looking through his clothes, forgetting that the halfling said that it was just around his neck. So go ahead and make an investigation check.
4.
Nice! You find, go ahead and roll me a d20.
3.
You find 3 gold pieces on him.
Whoa.
Kit, you have left.
Can I cast a fog cloud on Bloom so that she can untree
Yes!
and not be
That's a
immediately obvious
fantastic idea.
that it's her?
Fog cloud. A lot of activity dies because people can't see each other anymore. Bottles stop shattering. People start staggering around. You hear this. She comes over to you. She goes,
Hi, how you doing?
this is awesome. There's that one guy with the chandelier. I think I got carried away.
Yeah, that was really cool though.
You look at the guy and he's just like in the ruins of bent tin and copper from the chandelier just on the ground. She goes, ooh, we'll discuss the morality later.
Yeah.
Where is everyone else? You can't see anything.
Yeah.
Fog cloud. Okay.
Yeah, once Bloom gets to me though, I'll drop it.
Okay. It disappears. There's a brief halt. And then everyone just starts to kind of diminish a little bit. As they begin to like straighten themselves, check for wounds, you hear a bunch of people going, ah! Ah! You're just moaning in pain.
We'll look at Bloom and be like, time to do some guilt healing.
Some guilt healing.
And we'll go start healing people.
Okay. Danny, is there anything special you're doing with the dominated rat person?
She and the rat person will just walk out the back door.
Okay, you open it up. Standing back there, you see the bartender and a few other of his colleagues. And they immediately look at you, and they're all holding crossbows. And they say, get the fuck out. No.
Just closes the door. Yeah.
It looks like they've got a safe full of money back here, and this is like an every Friday night thing, and when it happens, they just go back here and wait for it to end. You do see a sailor on the ground that also tried to run out this way. He's just laying there with a quarrel in his shoulder going, I need a doctor! Shut up! And you close the door and leave. And are you just gonna go out the front door, meet up with your friends?
Yeah.
Alright. Avery walks over to you, Zog. Have you got it yet?
I was just about to pick this guy's body up and bring him outside because I can't find it.
He reaches down and opens up the guy's tunic, and you see there's the talisman just right there.
Holy shit, Avery. You're pretty good at that.
That's what they tell me. Lift up his head, takes it off. Alright, here, let's get out of here. You guys all meet up, exit the bar.
That was so cool when you grabbed that guy by the leg and threw him into the window and he just went all the way out.
Yeah, I was proud of that one.
That's a nice shot.
That was good. You look over and he's still laying there going, you go until he sits up and goes, thanks. Gets up and just starts staggering away.
Get home safe.
Another Tuesday night.
Thanks.